sorry, kiddo, I really am. You have a good soul. And I hate giving good people bad news.
I'm Tony, he's Mike, and today we are wrapping up our creature features for the summer.
Yes,
Yes,
this
we
is
are.
the last one.
We are wrapping up our creature features for the summer with 1995's Mosquito.
It came from another galaxy. It transformed one of Earth's smallest insects into a bloodthirsty swarm of terror. 5 people brought together by fate will confront their worst nightmares.
There is definitely something out there. Something is killing these people and sucking them dry of blood.
It's a mosquito, all right, I'm positive.
AIDS, mosquito AIDS, hundreds of them, thousands of them. Ain't life a bitch?
They will fight to survive and battle the ultimate enemy.
You actually picked this one.
I did.
You did pick this one.
This has been sitting in my queue for literally months. It has been sitting in my queue for so long that literally by the time we actually got to watch the film to do the review for this, Amazon has taken it off. So I had to hit the 7 C's, and there is a Blu-ray release of this, just to cut to the chase on that one. But would you like to walk us through the cast and the plot?
I don't care about the cast. The only thing really of note is Gunnar Hansen is in this. Yes, the guy from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. He plays Earl, who is a bank robber in this movie.
Yes.
Are you insinuating that my brother and I have done anything wrong? Well, maybe we have done something wrong, and maybe we haven't. But our paths have crossed now, and you've just come to the end of yours.
The basic plot is this. There's a spacecraft that crashes to Earth, I guess in a swamp of some kind. I don't know, it doesn't matter.
It's in Georgia.
Yeah. So anyways, mosquitoes come and feed on the alien, and naturally they mutate as you do, and they turn to giant mosquitoes, and they just terrorize everybody, and from there shenanigans ensue. I mean, am I wrong?
No. I mean, the reason that he can be this succinct is because the plot is really just that simple. That's kind of all there is to it.
Yeah.
In the meantime, we're introduced to hot redhead forest ranger and her boyfriend, who she's just graduated college, and this is her first real world job.
Ray and Megan.
What did you hit, Ray?
Yeah. And then we have the meteorologist, who apparently nobody bothered to actually look up what a meteorologist was, because he explains it as he's someone who actually studies meteors, and it's like, no, that's not how that works. But sure, let's just go with it. You're a meteorologist.
Well, they say meteorologist, and they say, oh, weather. It's like, no, I actually study meteors.
So what brings you out in this neck of the woods?
Work for the Air Force, meteorologist.
Oh, you're a weatherman.
Real meteorologist. Meteors, I chase them down for a living.
And that's Mr. Parks, and then you have another guy who actually is he actually works at the park.
Yeah, he is a park ranger. Yeah.
Hendrix, I think, is what his name is.
Yeah, Hendrix is his name. Says it on his little name tag right there. So.
Stay away from me, you bastard!
Hey, man, cut this shit out.
And so that's kind of like your core group there, and the story revolves around those guys.
Well, we have 3 bank robbers. One of them dies very swiftly because he just wasn't much of an actor, so they just thought, yeah, let's just fire that guy. Wait, let's make it gross. And then the second one, he's around for a little bit longer. What are your thoughts on this? I gotta know. Did you have fun with this as was intended, or
I
were you bored with
I did have fun with this, even though the special effects are garbage, absolute garbage. I mean, there's no hiding the fact that this is a low-budget movie. And I think they went into this knowing that it's a low-budget movie.
Yes.
You know, and I think they're also kind of banking on the fact that, oh, we got Gunnar Hansen in this, you know, so this will bring a little street cred to our little indie project. And he's not that great of an actor, but at the same time, he brings a level of charm, and he does have a little bit of charisma to him.
Yeah.
You kind of warm up to him as he becomes more of a good guy towards the end there.
Yes.
Look, pretty boy, I've lost my loot, my escape, and my brother, all because of those goddamned mosquitoes. So if these guys have some scheme to save the world, I might as well help.
Yes, he's very much a piece of shit at the beginning, and then he kind of turns into an anti-hero along the way.
Yeah.
But he is our group of protagonists' biggest obstacle to overcome that doesn't have multiple wings.
Look, we are not giving up this truck.
And the girl dies.
You're a dead man.
Once that's taken care of, then it's fine. It's it's all good. Okay, just to cut to brass tacks. This movie it knows exactly what it is. It's kind of like the same vein of it's a creature feature, but it's also shot like a slasher film because it has shades of Friday the 13th.
It does have like the kind of almost like one-on-one style kills and stuff like that, and the kills are very graphic. Yeah,
and gruesome, and in some cases more gruesome than others. And then there's obviously the money shot in this film. It's like it was the shot that the director dreamed of, where they go to the campgrounds and like there's just tent after tent of campers, and they're all just laying dead outside, and they're all covered in their faces all white because they've been drained of blood, but only their face apparently.
There's a couple shots that remind me of Life Force, where they got that sunken in look.
Yeah.
Which I enjoyed. And then also, and I'm assuming it's a bit of a nod to Friday the 13th Part 6, where you have the scene in the RV, they're driving around, they get attacked in the RV, and the RV flips over. I was like, oh, it'd be so great. Somebody just popped out of the thing and just stood there with their pole, like chasing us.
Funny story. Okay, this is a mixed bag of special effects. The puppet stuff, the giant actual practical mosquitoes are really well done. The animated ones are garbage.
They're done decent enough. And yes, the animated ones are terrible.
But the funny thing is that the RV sequence, a lot of that was a special effect. It was actually a model truck that they shot against the background, moving very quickly. So when you see it flip over on its side, that's actually the model.
Oh,
yeah. So not all the special
Yeah.
effects are bad in this. Some of them are relatively invisible. So our intrepid park rangers and meteorologists and bank robbers, they are trying to get away from the mosquitoes at first. Then they figure out that the bank robbers are actually trying to go the opposite direction. Then the RV gets tipped over on its side. Then they decide to work together as a team, and they're just trying to find some place to survive. And first they have the bit in the sewer, which is great, but they exhaust all of their ammunition on that. So it's it's just three guys shooting into tubes and blowing up giant mosquitoes. Got it! Then they set their clothes on fire, because why not?
Well, the fire is supposed to repel the mosquitoes. And I'm sorry, you're not going to just light your clothes with a fucking lighter. It's not going to work like that. Two, they're not going to burn for very long. I mean, there's not a whole lot of fuel there. But, whatever. I mean, it's a film about giant mosquitoes, so...
Exactly. Then they wind up at the farmhouse.
Looks like we're going to be stuck here for the night. No phone, no transportation.
And nobody's home.
So now we have shades of Night of the Living Dead, and then they find out that there is an entire nest of mosquitoes in the basement.
You're not gonna believe it.
What? What did you find?
What's down there? In the basement. Eggs. Mosquito eggs. Hundreds of them. Thousands of them.
So they weren't there when you checked the basement before?
Hey, man. It was dark.
Very conveniently, they're all right there.
And then they realize, oh, this is where all the mosquitoes are coming to. They're breeding here, and they're going out from everywhere, which is kind of stupid, but sure, let's go with it, because they assume that the meteorologist's radiation is, they'd never call it a Geiger counter, I don't think, but it's his radiation meter. But it's broken because the readings just don't make any sense, and he tries to fix it.
This damn thing must be broken. Either that or we're sitting on top of an atom bomb.
And that involves him touching a screwdriver to stuff inside of it in a close-up shot.
And then get angry about it. Damn it!
Piece of shit.
I gotta admit, it was stupid, and I'm like, that's not how you do that sort of thing. You should have a soldering iron and a voltage meter, but just touch a screwdriver to it. Why not? What the hell? The audience probably doesn't know any better.
They don't give a shit. It doesn't matter. None of this matters.
And then, well, they decide that after they realize that the nest is in the basement, that they're going to use the dumbwaiter to get everybody up onto the roof, and then they're going to jump off, but they're going to blow the house up. So apparently this is going to require some crackerjack timing on their part. And the rope to the dumbwaiter breaks.
No! No! Shit! No!
And poor Hendrix, he dies. He falls down, and then Gunnar Hansen breaks out the chainsaw so he can have that whole motif play out there, and he starts hacking up mosquitoes.
Yes. The meteorologist, he pulls an Indiana Jones. Where he's in the kitchen and he's in the corner and he's screaming and crying because the mosquitoes are coming, and then he realizes that there's an old refrigerator there.
Come on and get me! Come and get me!
So he does what you should never do, kids. He climbs inside of the refrigerator because that's the best hiding spot, and then the house blows up. And that ending, mwah, it was the perfect exclamation point at the end of a really shitty movie.
I kind of want Hendrix to live, though, because that poor guy, he gets his ass beat through the whole fucking movie. Gets shot, stabbed,
kicked in the balls,
all sorts of stuff.
Yes.
He's the punching bag of this movie, and he dies, and it's kind of criminal.
I got a stinger up my ass. My leg's killing me. And I've been crawling around in a stinking sewer pipe. And this is all I get? 2 crummy shells? Thanks.
I mean, really, the meteorologist should have died along with Gunnar Hansen, or Earl as he's called in this movie.
Well, he had to pay for his past sins, because at the beginning of the movie, I have some notes on this. We're going to go into some of this, but the beginning of the movie was originally supposed to have a bank robbery and a big shootout, and they just couldn't afford to do it. So they just dropped us into the middle of that shit and had the 3 of them in the car that broke down.
Quit fooling around and find our exit.
It's right here.
Well, and how the hell did we miss our exit?
Because you let Rex drive, and you know he can't read or write.
And, you know, and that's fine, because I think having the robbery scene in the middle of this movie would have been just kind of weird and awkward and a waste of time, to be honest.
It was supposed to be the beginning, like the first sequence in the movie after the spaceship. That was supposed to be our introduction to the characters. So we wound up...
Oh, I get that, but still, it's pointless. It didn't need to happen, and I'm perfectly fine with it not being in the movie.
This has become a massive cult film. Like I said, there is a Blu-ray release of this one. It's actually a really well-received release for people that enjoy cult cinema.
Well, go ahead and get your notes. I mean, you're right there anyway.
I am ready.
Yeah.
We already talked about Gunnar Hansen playing Leatherface in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Found this in the work shed. Thought it might come in handy. And I haven't handled one of these babies in 20 years.
This was supposed to have a wide release. This film had actually been bought by Hemdale Communications, but they had to pull the release because Helmdale Communications filed for bankruptcy before the film actually came out. So it wound up just getting dumped on home video, but it did really well on home video. It did have a VHS release, it had a Laserdisc release, and like I said, it just had a DVD release and a Blu-ray release not terribly long ago. It is directed by Gary Jones.
Who is not?
Gary Jones kicked off his career by directing episodes of Xena, the Warrior Princess.
A land in turmoil cried out for a hero. She was Xena, a mighty princess forged in the heat of battle.
Lucy Lawless. So he went on to direct a lot of schlock movies, including Xenophobia, Ballistica, what was it? Axe Giant, The Wrath of Paul Bunyan. And if you think we're not going to watch that eventually, you're insane. Now, here's the best part about this, because you brought up the special effects in this film.
Okay.
While they were shooting the film, the original special effects supervisor, he said, I'm going to go outside and smoke a cigarette, and he just never came back.
Oh, that's classic. Oh, that's great.
And then
the father abandoned the family.
Yes,
See you later.
I need to get some milk and some cigarettes and some motor oil. I'll be back, baby. So, but the most expensive shot in this film cost $1,500.
Okay, and that was?
It was stock footage of the Mosquito being born at the beginning credits.
Oh, that's a sweet shot, too. That really was. And I was like, oh, damn, this may not be half bad. And then 5 minutes later, I was extremely disappointed.
Yes.
And you're kind of delighted at the same time. Because really, I mean, one of the biggest charms of this movie is the shitty special effects.
Oh, yeah.
It really is.
So, which I'm going to assume is just budget limitation because the visual effects supervisor who wound up taking over for its abandonment, his name is Richard Jacobson. He went on to do Batman and Robin for Joel Schumacher 3 years after this movie.
Oh, well, good for him.
So he proved
Too bad it's a shitty movie, but, you know, hey.
He produced some decent looking effects on a really limited budget. I could find no budget information about this movie, but I know that this was a cheapie. I mean, if the most expensive shot was $1,500, you know that this was a sub-$1 million film. So in that regard, it was a hit for everyone involved.
Was there a box office?
There was no box office because it didn't actually get released.
Any rentals or anything like that? Or like
no rental information. Okay. I could find nothing, but like I said, it has stayed on home media and has been released multiple times. So there's something there. I know video stores loved it, but that's all I could find. And I mean, I was digging, but I was digging all of my usual sources, but it was hard to find a whole lot of information about a film that had no stars except for, you know, Leatherface. And really, it's not like he was known for his face. He was known for the face he had over his face.
Yeah. No, this is an absolutely fun movie. It's garbage, but it's fun garbage. It's something that, you know, I think even probably like the casual observer will probably like, wow, this is silly and stupid, but fun too.
Yeah.
So I think most people can enjoy this movie. So I can recommend this movie.
For me, this is a crowd pleaser. This is if you have a bunch of friends over and you're drinking, this is the kind of schlocky-ass horror film that you could throw on and just have a good time watching it, not take any of it seriously. It's never heavy. None of the actors ever actually come off like, here's my big scene. I'm going to act the shit out of this. Nope, they're just giving you the dialogue that they were handed probably 10 minutes before. There's like 3 screenplay writers on this film, and it's like, I guess whoever was there that day was just like, oh shit, I gotta come up with some dialogue. I would recommend it. I actually plan on buying this one because it was schlocky good fun. Like I said, available on Blu-ray. I want to say it was Scream Factory or Shout Factory that actually put this one out. So yeah, this will be joining my collection sooner rather than later. Fun little side note. At the beginning, like they have that Predator-esque scene where the spaceship comes flying in, which is actually not a bad-looking shot, to be honest with you. But we started looking at the models. We paused it so we could actually start figuring out what model kits were used to kit bash that thing together. And you can very clearly see the primary saucer section of the Enterprise D right there, and then some other parts just glued to it willy-nilly, and then a bad paint job, and we're good to go. So if you can find a parts breakdown for the ship, throw it in the comments below. I would love to build one for myself.
Anything else?
No, we're good. I kind of adored this. It was fun. It was exactly what it needed to be.
Yeah, same here. So
we will catch you next time.